a pioneering initiative. India, the land of spiritualism. Sister Nivedita found her eternal self and devoted her whole life for the betterment of Indian society and its people. Sister's deep devotion, humility, and love for India always found expression in various activities throughout her life. March 1899, Calcutta. The great epidemic, plague, vigorously spread all over the city. The situation of common people got worsened than ever. The Ramakrishna Mission stood by to take measures for the distressed, and for this they formed a committee. Sister Nivedita became the secretary of this committee. The condition of the city filled Nivedita with deep distress, and she plunged into action to save the city from the grip of this menace. Nivedita started giving speech in different places in Calcutta in order to make the mass aware about the ill effects of the dangerous disease, plague. Sister took the duty of distributing handbills among the common people who were unaware. One day, when Sister was walking through the streets of Bagbazar Palli, she found heaps of garbage dumped by the side of the street. She didn't speak anything. Rather, she went out in the street with a broom and a bucket. To make everyone surprised, she started sweeping the street. Seeing her doing this, some local youths felt ashamed and took the broom and bucket from her hand and started cleaning the garbage from the street. During this time, Nivedita served a little child affected with plague in the Bagdi Basti. She also consulted the doctor about the condition of the child and what measures could be taken to improve his condition. The doctor conveyed to Sister of the precarious condition of the child and warned her to remain at a distance from the plague-stricken people. But Sister, who had sacrificed her whole life for the Indians, started staying with the child, whose mother also died of plague. She served the child day and night. She herself washed and cleaned the house for the child's betterment. But all her efforts went into vain as the child's condition worsened day by day, and the child died. But before his death, a very heart-rending incident happened. As the child was motherless, he cried, "Mother, Mother," before his death, and held Nivedita tightly and went into eternal sleep. An act of courage. One evening, Sister was walking with Dinesh Chandra Sen and Brahmachari Ganen Maharaj along the side of the Ganges. Suddenly, a bull came running towards them. Seeing this, Dinesh Chandra Sen ran away from the place, and Nivedita fell straight in front of the bull. Ganen Maharaj quickly came to her rescue and managed to drive away the bull. After this, when Dinesh Chandra Sen came back, Sister heavily criticized him for his cowardice and showed her extreme hatred for such behavior. Enchanting Motherhood. Sister was the real mother to the girls of her school. During that time, the widow girls were bound by several restrictions in their food habits and had to fast on several occasions. Some of them often starved while coming to the school. Prafullo Devi, a student of Sister's school, was such a child widow who was also a neighbor to Sister. Sister used to feed Prafullo on every Ekadashi. One day, Sister went to Acharya Jagadish Bosu's house and she forgot to feed Prafullo. In Acharya Jagadish Bosu's house, she suddenly remembered what she forgot and quickly came back to her house, called on Prafullo and fed her. While giving meal to Prafullo, Sister continuously repented for her forgetfulness and felt ashamed. Nivedita's oneness with history. Sister's imagination instilled life into the pages of Indian history. One day, she was describing her visit to Chittor to her schoolgirls. Sister said that she climbed up the mountain and knelt down to recall the last thoughts of Padmini Devi while standing with closed hands before the fireplace. While saying this, she sat very silently, as if she had really entered the Chittor Padmini era. She forgot that she was teaching history to her girls. Last of all, we could say that not only in the case of the child, or not only during the time of the devastating plague, but Sister's mind always wept for the unbearable sorrows and sufferings of the Indians. She did never fear about herself. Rather, she always veiled her original self and ran to the poor and distressed people. She stood beside the common mass, sometimes like their sister, sometimes like their mother, and sometimes like their well-wisher. Sister left her family, her country, and everything, and sacrificed her whole life for India and to do good for the Indians. But we are yet to comprehend the magnitude of her contribution to this country.